Hey guys, welcome back to our channel KnowledgeKeen, and today we are going to see some interesting concept called as conditional statements. We have seen conditional operators before, that was AND operator, OR operator, NOT operator, but that's not what we are talking right now. This is something different. So these conditional statements we saw when we saw the ternary operator, if you remember. We were seeing some question mark and dotted. If you don't know what I am talking about, you can click on the link above and you can see our previous video where we have explained the ternary operator. But now we are going to see in depth what is an conditional operator. Ternary operator 2 is one of our conditional operator. Okay, so let's go ahead and see an example right now. Let's go back to our original example that we continued since the beginning. We had a simple HTML where we just included our external JavaScript, and this JavaScript is nothing but an empty one. So we are going to see how to write if condition. So if condition, the name itself says that it has an if. Okay, then we have the round brackets. So whatever conditions that we are going to write, all these conditions should come under these brackets. But the catch is that these conditions, whatever you are going to write it in the square round bracket, that should always return either true or false. That is a boolean values. Okay, that's the reason if it is returning a boolean value, then your conditional statement will either execute it or it will tend to ignore it. This is a basic syntax of if condition. So you will have your code over here. So if in the round bracket your condition, round bracket closes, and there comes the brace brackets, and that is if your condition is true, then and then only it will come into these brace brackets. So then and then only if your condition is executed as true. If it is true, then execute this. Let's take an example. Okay, so let me have a simple string called as my name. So here what I'm going to check is if, okay, I'm going to write my condition. If my string is giving me my name, then just greet me as console.log. I'll say hello Wasim. Simple. Let's give a meaningful name. Okay, I'm trying to say where my name equal to Wasim, and I'm in the next line I'm checking a condition. If my name is equal to Wasim, then do one thing, directly print the console.log hello Wasim. You have the answer, hello Wasim. So what it does, it checks this string and it converts it to something like this. So it will check Wasim equal to my hard coded name. So my name, okay, is equal to Wasim. And as you know, JavaScript is case sensitive. If I just make it smaller, this won't work. If I just do a refresh, that won't work because I'm just checking two equal values, right? So with W and the capitals and smalls, both are different in JavaScript. You should remember this. That's the reason I have added it as capital. Now let's come back to my same example. My name is triple equal to Wasim. So you'll get your console as hello Wasim. Let's say that I add a new name. I'm comparing my name is triple equal to John. Is this condition satisfying my need? Okay, now my name has what? Wasim, and triple equal to it's John. Wasim does not match the string John, so your condition is false now. As a result, it escapes this bracket. It will not execute whatever you are writing into these brackets. You can add multiple sentences within these brackets. So let's say I can add, say, welcome to KnowledgeKeen. Oops, right? So you're adding welcome to KnowledgeKeen within it in the same additional line. So whatever lines you're trying to execute, let me convert this back to Wasim so that my condition is satisfied now. And if the condition is true or satisfied, then only it comes into these brackets. Now see, it will print all those things, or it will just execute all the logic that you have written between those brace brackets. We usually write brace brackets only when there are more than one sentences. Okay, if you have only one single sentence like the one which we had previously, I will just remove only one console was there and my condition was like my name is equal to Wasim. you don't even need to write these brackets. So what you can do, you can simply write it in a single line, that will work. Or what you can do, you can simply add it in this way. Just on the next line, press one tab, and that should also work. Yeah, my Prettifier is working absolutely fine now. So some of the additional plugins that I have installed in my editors, if you don't know what are these plugins, go to my shorts and you can see how to prettify your VS Code. I have added that short. You can see it. So let's say that I have two factors now. I have like name and I have age equal to, let's say 30. Okay, that's not my real age, but let's consider that it is at age is 30. So what I'm having now, I want to check two conditions, my name and my age. If both are satisfied, so my name is Wasim and my age is 30. Now I have two conditions that I need to satisfy. Okay, understand this. It is not only one single condition that you're gonna work. Now it is going to be two different conditions. One, that is your name, it should always be Wasim, and second, it should be age, and that should be compulsory 30. If these two conditions satisfy, then and then only print hello Wasim, your age, let's say let's add something, your age is 30. Now I'm adding this another statement into this, right? How will this happen? So how can we write two conditions into one if statement? What we can do, we have seen conditional operators, and you can do like this. Add a conditional operator. Now your first condition is there, double ampersand, that is your and. Now age is equal to 30. Now your if condition will only and only satisfied when both the conditions are true. So if you don't know this, go to some of our previous videos. You'll find there we have added some more interesting topics about these operators. Okay, so there is a whole chapter about operators where you can learn these operators in depth. I have explained how these operators work and when this operator will return true, if when both the conditions are true, some conditions are false, how it will return true and false. So that is one of the important chapters that you can learn, and you can go and watch in some of our previous videos. But coming back to our original topic, if conditionals, let's say that if this condition, for now, the first condition and the second condition are true, so now this will also be true and this will also be true. When both the conditions are true, then and then only execute the line below. Okay, so now then and then only my condition would be true. Let's execute a happy scenario first. Let me see, just refresh, and this is a happy scenario which works. Let me just do something like this. Let me just change my age to 35 or 25, something like that. And if I try to execute, if any one condition is also false, my if condition will break and it will not execute. Okay, so that's how you write multiple. You can have n number of conditions, thousands of conditions in one if statement. That is not proper way to do that, but yes, you can add. Okay, there is no restriction how many conditions that you can add in one if statement. So yes, this is the way you can write if conditions. Let's say that, let me go back to our simple example where I have only one variable, that is name. Okay, so what I want to do is, first I will check if your name is Wasim, then say hello Wasim, and if your name is not Wasim, then you can just print hello user. Yes. So how I can do that? So I can just do the same thing in by writing another condition. My name, if it is not equal to Wasim, then write console.log hello user. What do you think? Will this work? Yes, this will. If we just do a refresh. So now my name variable has Wasim, so it is printing hello Wasim. But if I just change to let's say John, okay, it will just print hello user. Okay, or if you just want to, let's say instead of hello user, I just want to print the name of the user, I'll just, let's say that I'll just my name, right? So it is printing hello John. Okay, that's easy, that's simple. Let me just add a few more things so that it would be easier for us to rectify. We are working on different statements. Welcome to KnowledgeKeen. The K should be capital, that's important. So I'm having this console. Let's see. Yes, hello John, welcome to KnowledgeKeen. It's not welcoming me, but it's welcoming everyone else. That's nice. Just go through the code, just go through the logic. You're having two different conditions, right? One if and another if. So now you have two different conditions, but there is no linking between them. There is no any link that is there in between them. So how we can just find out a link, or how we can say that if this condition is true, then do this, or else if this condition is false, then do this. So for that, for the same purpose, we have something called as else. So you don't have to write some more conditions. Instead of that, you can just simply say else. Okay, else is a part of if condition. So if the conditions are true, execute the if block. So this is the if block. Now this is the if block. Else, if that is not true, then go ahead and execute the else block. Straightforward, pretty simple. Let's go ahead and see this. This still works. Let me just quickly change my name back to Wasim, and yes, hello Wasim works. Let me quickly change back to John. Let me quickly refresh it, and yes, hello John, welcome to KnowledgeKeen. Both the conditions work. That's important. So if the condition is true, it will execute the if block. If the condition is false, it executed the else block. Yep, that's working. Now let's say that I want to check two different users. The first one was hello John. If it is like Wasim, if my name is Wasim, it should say hello Wasim, and also it should give the straightforward answer to John. Okay, and for all the other users, it should not say hello, it should just say welcome to KnowledgeKeen. Now we have two conditions. Okay, remember this. The first condition was the name should be Wasim, so it should say hello Wasim. If the name is John, it should say hello John. Okay, but if the name is something else, if I just add something else to the name, then that should give me welcome to KnowledgeKeen. We have another block, set of block, that is called as else if. So in these scenarios, many of the smart people can say we can just add an or operator and we can do that. Yes, we can do that, but we also can do something like this. So instead of if and else, what I will do after if, let's say that I add an else if. Okay, my name equal to John, then that has another condition, and then comes my else block. Okay, so if my name is Wasim, say hello Wasim. If my name is John, then say hi John. And if my name is neither Wasim nor John, then say welcome to KnowledgeKeen. I'll just remove this hello, hi, everything. Right? Let's see how we can execute this. So now, as my name was John, it came here, it tried to check if his name is equal to Wasim. No, this condition is false. It will automatically go to another condition. Else space if, then it will check the condition. Else if, is your name John? Yes, now my name is John, and it will execute whatever it is there in the brace brackets. It's pretty straightforward. You can add n number of else ifs into this. Let's say that I also add another one more. Okay, instead of John, I say Steve. It should say hi Steve. I can add multiple else if conditions. Let's see if I can check with John. It is saying hi John. If I say Steve, it should say hi Steve. See, all the else if conditions are also they are working. Okay, and you can add multiple else ifs into your logic, into your if statement. Understood? This is pretty simple. Okay, I hope you get this. If you have any more queries, you can just mention in the comments below. I'll try to resolve as much as possible. Now let's see how to write a proper or logical, okay, if condition. Let's change the whole example. Let's say I have a number where a equal to 10. Okay, what I want to do is I want to check if a is less than 10. Okay, if a or let's change this number to like 7 or 8, some random numbers. If a is less than 10, console.log, let me say it is less than 10. That's a valid point. Yes, if I just run, it is less than 10 because it is 7. Now, what if I want to print, let's say that if the number is less than 5, I just don't want to print it less than 10. I just want to say the number should be less than 10. I just want to print the number is less than 10. Let's say I add another condition. Okay, else if, okay, if a is less than 5, okay, I'm adding one more condition to this. Console.log, the number is, it is less than 5. The program is logically correct. Yes, if it is less than 10, just go ahead and write it as less than 10. If it is less than 5, go ahead and less than 5, print it as less than 5. I'm not adding any else condition. That is still valid. Else is always optional. Else if is optional. Okay, if you're using if, I'll just print this. But it is still, I'm just refreshing. I'll just refresh it for you a couple of times, but it still prints that it is less than 10. Why it is not printing less than 5? As I said in the previous example too, what it will do, it will always go with the first condition. It is coming over here, and what it is doing, it is checking my first number. A is less than 10. 3 is always less than 10, right? This condition is satisfied. This condition is correct. That's the reason it is executing this and ignoring all the other conditions. This is how if condition works. If any one condition, if else works, it will just tend to ignore all the other options, all the other conditions. So how should we correct this program? So to correct this program, this should be vice versa. If it is less than 5, then the number is less than 5, or else if it is less than 10, then you can say it is less than 10. So now we are checking with the smallest condition first, so which is more appropriate. Let's say if we just run this, the number is less than 5. If I just add, let's say 7, let's go back to our previous example. If a is 7, it will come here, it will just check, is 7 less than 5? No, this condition is not satisfied. It will go to else if. Is a, that is 7, less than 10? Yes, now the number is less than 10, and it will print it is less than 10. If I just add, instead of 7, let's say that 20. Is 20 less than either 5 or 10? No, it will not print anything. So for that purpose, if we just want to print something, we'll add a new else. So else works in that way. When you don't have any satisfied condition, if you just want to print some simple statement, the number is bigger than both 5 and 10. So let me just quickly run it. See, if all the conditions are not working, it will come to the else block. This is how your if, else if and else works. Okay, and you should always remember these whenever it is being asked. Whenever you are going to definitely use it a million times in your programming. Okay, as you're working as an IT developer, you're going to use it not even a million, a zillion times. Let's see how the ternary operator also works side by side. Okay, as I said in my previous videos, that when we are going to see if condition, we are going to see the ternary operators once again. So ternary operator is also based on the same principle, if and else. We have seen this before. We have seen this like condition, then we have a question mark, that would be your if. If it is, the condition is true, then return something. Okay, so all the true statements would be here, else all the false statement would be here. How we can write this? let's take an example. I'll just say 5, okay, where a is equal to 5. So what condition we should have for this? So let's check it with the number as 10. If a is greater than 10, we should just print it as a is greater than 10. If it is smaller than 10, then we can write a is smaller than 10. So how we can do this? So we'll write a condition. Let's say a is greater than 10. If this condition is true, we can add some like true statements or else false statements. So what we wanted to print in the true statements, console.log, we are saying a is greater than 10. Okay, if this condition is true. Right now I think it's not true, right? 5 is not greater than 10. So that's the reason it should always go into the false block. So how it will do? A is smaller than 10. Let's print it. A is smaller than 10. If instead of 5 I make it 15, that the condition is true, and it will be a is greater than 10. This is how your ternary operator works. As you have understood the if conditions, it is pretty easier for you to understand the ternary operators. Ternary operators also work on the same principle, okay? True and false. I hope you understand this example. The only problem with ternary operators is that you can only have one single statement into these blocks. You cannot have like you cannot say that I'll have a brace bracket and I'll do a number of logical statements. You cannot do that, okay? That will just start throwing an error. So ternary operator, you should use ternary operator only and only when you have such kind of scenarios where you either have something working on a single statement based principle, okay? So that will definitely help you out, because this is a very shorthand. Instead of writing so much of logic, let's say that I want to add this in the same way. A is greater than 10, and I'll just add an else, console.log, a is smaller than 10. So this is using if, this is using if statements, and this is using ternary. Okay, let me just print this so that it is easier for you to see. The ternary and if conditions both are returning the same output, but instead of writing so many number of lines, I wrote it in one single line. So that's how ternary operator will benefit you. I just wanted to show you this in a short example. I hope you found this video interesting, because if condition is an interesting concept. And if you like this video, then please give us a thumbs up, okay? Click on the subscribe button below, and also you can press on the bell icon so that you can receive continuously our notifications whenever we upload new videos. And we are gonna upload videos every week so that we give you some good content, okay? Some good videos, some good tutorials on this, okay? Please do comment what we can improve in these videos and how we can just go ahead and enhance our topics, and what are the topics you would like to see. Thank you.